which is secret number two. Secret number two, actually secret number three is what Courtney's going to talk about, but we have new technology for that, which we'll get to in just a minute. Secret number two is what I call blue ocean traffic. How many of you are familiar or have read the book Blue Ocean Strategy? Nod your head if you've read it. Some no's, some yeses. Okay, so we'll talk about it. Awesome. So again, we start with who is your ideal client or your customer? Who do you want to visit your website or your funnel or your landing page or whatever it is? Now, there are two types of traffic. There is traffic that you own. That is like Scott's email list. He owns that email list. He can email them anytime he wants and include a link to his website and drive. And some of them will click and go to his website. He can drive them to a page on his website where he's having a promotion about a device, and he can give them a coupon or something in the newsletter and specifically drive them to that to go buy something. He owns that traffic. And then there is the traffic you control. This is traffic you buy. So I don't own my traffic from Facebook, but I can control it because I am paying for it and I can direct who I want and where I want them to go. Now, we're going to talk about paid traffic because search engine optimization takes a long time to work, isn't predictable, and isn't scalable. You can't turn it on and off tomorrow. I can't tell Google or Facebook that I can't tell Google that I want 500 people to my website tomorrow organically and control whether or not that happens. Paid traffic should, big should, be predictable and scalable. Some of you may have already had to deal with the wonderful evolution of Facebook and Google ads and have seen the results of it's not always predictable and scalable. So we're going to talk about a solution for that. So the most common sources of paid traffic today are Facebook, Google AdWords, YouTube ads, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, etc. The social media, mostly the social media platforms. That's where the majority of traffic is bought from. However, what's wrong with that? Problem number one, if you've done any online advertising in the last year, you have probably seen your cost per click, cost per lead go up significantly. You have also seen your results drop. You're getting fewer leads and they cost more. If you are trying to, as Courtney said, retarget people, and we'll talk about retargeting in a minute, you are having tracking issues with attributing where the click or the opt-in came from. Because Apple and Facebook have been fighting for the last year. Apple has messed up the Facebook advertising platform significantly because of their change in policy and refusal to allow people, online advertisers, to retarget effectively on Apple devices. They have also taken it so that now when you go to opt in for something on your phone, little button pops up and says, do you want to hide your email after you register, which means you're not getting on my email list and I can't follow you. So that's been a major, major issue the last year, year and a half, if you've been doing any Facebook ads. The other issue is, I don't know if you saw that earlier this year, Google announced that they were getting rid of all third-party cookies on their website in the next 2 years. We're calling it the cookie apocalypse. Because a cookie is a piece of code, like one sentence, 2 sentences of code that you have on your website, or you should have, that allows you to retarget, follow that person around, cyber stalk them, as Bruce calls it, and drive them back to your website. So between Apple, Facebook, and Google, it is getting much more expensive and much harder to accomplish what we as business owners and marketers want to do. And there's, of course, the fact that as every ad platform gets more and more saturated, you have more and more competition, your cost goes up. So Wayne Gretzky, who is arguably one of the greatest hockey players of all time, when asked, how do you score so many goals? You're not bigger, stronger, faster than everybody else. He said, well, I skate to where the puck is going, not where it's already been. Everyone else skates to where the puck is. I skate to where it's going to be. So where is the traffic puck going? What is coming next? So here, this on the left is a traditional pay-per-click ad. Someone searched for dental supplies and you see ad. Those are Google AdWords keyword search-based ads. trying to get me to click on them and go to their website and learn about dental supplies and buy them from them. Now, again, cost per click, pay-per-click marketing is placing your ad, at least on Google, in front of someone based on the words they search for: air conditioning, AC repair, dental supply, etc. Now, you only pay for clicks. It doesn't matter how many people see your ad. It only matters how many people click. And theoretically, they were interested enough to click, which is the good part. And you are only paying for supposedly interested people. The problem is there's no branding on that ad. You can't follow up with people from the ad itself, and you are right next to your competition. So all four of those dental supply companies, all three of them are all competing for that listing, and they're all driving each other's price up, and you're right next to your competition. Now, that's where the puck has been. And on Facebook or social media, they're not searching for something. They're on there to see what their friends had for dinner, or that their son went to Darien Lake, or that their daughter's in a fashion show, all of which my wife posted in the last 24 hours. They are there to be social, not to buy things. You are interrupting them, placing your ad in front of them, hopefully based on their psychographics, that they would be a good prospect for you, and hoping they stop scrolling and click on your ad and go see your site and do something. Again, you are still might be advertising on the same psychographics as your competition, and your costs have gone up and your retargeting ability has dropped. So if we compare that to digital display advertising, which are image ads, not all text, we're going to talk about how to do that in a different way. We're going to talk about how to do display ad marketing based on your target market's interests. So if I'm advertising our client's weight loss product, I want to show up on websites related to weight loss, health, fitness, beauty, etc. If I am advertising, if Home Depot was a client, I would want to advertise on other home improvement websites. The good news is it's a whole lot cheaper. We can follow up with our visitors, and we can do some things you can't do in traditional pay-per-click. So the problem we've got is every visitor is a potential buyer or customer to your website, usually somewhere between now and 90 days from now. The problem is there's no way of knowing which visitors fall into which of three categories, which we'll talk about in just a second. And before we do the three categories of site visitors, I want to tell you here's what happens. Somebody visits your website. If you have a pixel, a cookie, the little piece of code, you can then market to your visitors on any other website they go to. That is the traditional definition of retargeting, and you can follow them around until they're ready to buy. Now, there are Eugene Schwartz, the author, one of the greatest copywriters of all time, who wrote one of the best books of marketing all time called Breakthrough Advertising, says there are 5 levels of awareness. Someone could be totally unaware. So you could have, if we use our weight loss product, you know what, let's use our insurance product. We'll volunteer Tom Larson. So I could be a prospect for Tom, but I don't know I have a problem with my current insurance. I'm not actively looking. I am totally unaware. In order to get me as a prospect, Tom has to convince me there's something wrong with what I've got. I need to look somewhere else, and it needs to be him. He's got, in essence, 3 sales to make. Now I could be problem aware, which means I know I'm not happy with my insurance. I don't know where to look. I don't know who to look for, but I'm not happy with something. Solution aware is I know I've got a problem with my insurance. I know there's something better out there. I just don't know who's got it. Product aware, in this case, it would be service aware because Tom is a service, not a physical product. In this case, I'm aware I got a problem. I'm aware there's a solution out there. And I think Larson, an independent insurance brokerage, has my solution. And then the last one is, I know I got a problem with insurance. I know there's a solution. I know an independent brokerage is my answer, and I know Larson Insurance is the way to go. Does everybody get the 5 levels? Yes. Awesome. So the 3 types of people, the 3 types of visitors are somebody who is solution aware. In that case, our ads make a direct offer, right? In this case, Tom's offer would be like whether it's get a quote, which I wouldn't suggest, or if he's going after a higher end of the market, maybe it's get an asset protection analysis. Find out what your insurance really covers. What are you really liable for? Now, somebody who is problem aware, but doesn't know to go to Tom, he's going to run reputation ads. He's going to go, we've been in business for 50 years. He's going to talk about how many 5-star reviews they have, how many happy customers they have. He's going to do a branding play to get them to come to him. And then somebody who's looking for you specifically, who is you aware, they're looking for a specific product or service, then it's branding of what you do to get their attention and get them to come to you. So I do the same thing with our weight loss product. If I'm problem aware, that means I know I'm overweight and I want to lose weight, but I don't know how to do it. I'm going to market our weight loss product in terms of how many other people have used it, how it's been successful, how it's worked. If they're aware of, let's say, an additive weight loss that you can use coffee to lose weight, then it's going to be a direct offer as in, hey, get 83% off today. And if they're aware of our specific line of weight loss coffee, then it's all going to be about why ours is better than the competition. If you have a question, unmute yourself. If nobody unmutes, I will keep going.
I have a dumb question, Seth. Are these display ads on our website?
That is not a dumb question. There are no dumb questions. That's not true, but that wasn't one of them. So no, these are not ads on your website. These are ads on other people's website, because our new technology I'm going to show you will allow you to advertise on your competition's website or your co-opetition, people who are related to, who are serving the same market as you. Gotcha. So the whole point of blue ocean versus red ocean traffic, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Google keywords, right now it's a bloody red ocean. You have a ton of competition. I want to show you how we're going to get ads in a blue ocean where your competition has not figured out yet. I don't know how long this is going to last. This may run for 6 months, where you're in a competitive vacuum. Just like, man, when Google ads first came out, you could buy clicks for pennies. I mean, you could just drive people to a website that had AdSense ads on it and print money until everybody figured out Google ads. And now the most expensive click in the country is mesothelioma, because the mass tort lawyers have bid it up and it's over $100 a click. Facebook, when Facebook ads came out, all of a sudden, again, you could buy traffic really cheap, and until now everybody's doing it, and it's harder to retarget and it's more expensive because of Apple and Google's cookie problem. So I'm going to show you what's coming next, and we'll see if it's 6 months or a year and a half before everybody else starts doing it. You got a nice window of opportunity. So 80% of online traffic is now mobile, but the goal is to not be where everyone else is. And the goal is to do it in a way where you can actually retarget, unlike what we're stuck with right now when Google's getting rid of pixels. Cookie apocalypse. So again, red ocean versus blue ocean. In a red ocean, it's where everybody is at the same time. So, right. So if I'm a financial advisor and I'm doing Google search ads and I'm running on portfolio management, I got to compete against Fidelity. I got to compete against Vanguard. I got to compete against Morningstar. Plus, I got to compete against every other broker. I got to Merrill Lynch, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley. I got to compete against everybody. Everybody's making this bloody red ocean because all the sharks have eaten all the people. Blue ocean is an uncontested market space where nobody is there yet, or very few competition is there yet. So it's a huge unexploited opportunity. So cold traffic, display ads go on sites that interest your target market. So If I've got an affluent baby boomer, if that's who with money, if that's my ideal prospect, then maybe I want ads on AARP. Maybe I want ads on fidelity.com because you can do that. Maybe I want ads on where are they going? I mean, if you go down to the simplest level, well, let's see, we check the weather. We check sports scores. We check the news. You've got to think about sites that your target market could go to, and you can do this either nationwide, or you could literally do it in your neighborhood, in your city. And I'll show you how in just a second. So you can also do this on mobile, but not where everybody else is. You can do this inside their apps. So you can serve your ad in the weather app, the Apple weather app. You can serve your ad in their games. You can serve their ad in their business app or their niche, whatever app you want. So here, for example, is the Samsung Galaxy S10 banner ad on ESPN. The good news is anyone can now put their ad there. You don't have to be a Fortune 500 company to do it because the technology and pricing has changed. Here's CNN. There's the Samsung ad. Here's the Springfield New Sun, which is a newspaper website. Think about it. How many of us in Western New York, every once in a while, go to the buffalonews.com? This is weather.com, the Weather Channel. You know, I use the weather app to check the weather. When my wife says, when is it going to rain? She will go to weather.com and go 10-day forecast. I paid, silly me, I paid for an app called Dark Sky. I think it was like $5 because some ex-hedge fund traders created an algorithm that predicts like to the minute when it's going to start and stop raining or snowing. It's not perfect, but like 85% of the time it's right. It's funny. We had an issue like a month ago. Max had a bunch of soccer games before soccer season ended. And there was a couple of weeks where it rained a lot. And they'd be like 2 hours before soccer. And Rebecca was texting me going, "You're not going, right? It's pouring." And I would check the app and I'd go, "No, it's going to stop it'll stop half an hour before we get there. And then the sun comes out, it goes to 70 degrees. It's going to be gorgeous in West Seneca or wherever." And she's like, "No, it's raining. You can't go. They're going to cancel it." I don't want him playing in the rain. Like, they don't cancel unless there's lightning or thunder. And it's not going to be raining at game time. It's just like, fine. And it was literally raining when we got in the car to drive. And Max is like, "We're just going to have to turn around." I'm like, "I trust my app." By the time we got there, stopped raining, sun came out, they had the game. And my wife is texting me going, "Isn't it raining there?" I'm like, "No, look at the live stream of the game I'm doing right now. It's beautiful." I'm not saying it's perfect, but I like my app. So 7 parts to creating a highly converting banner ad. And this is an example of one we did for pest control. And this is a local service, Scott. So we're not competing against your device and it's not in your market. And you haven't hired us yet. Hint, hint. So 8 to 10 words max. Again, it's a display ad. I'm going to show you examples of like in-app ads. Some of them are going to be small, so you can't have a ton of text. You do want your logo or your website name in the ad. The text should be easy to read. And you should have an engaging photo. Again, these are image ads. This isn't Google Text and this isn't Facebook. It's a different media. It should only have a couple colors. It should not be cute. And it should have a call to action button. This works business to business and business to consumer. So if you want to get access to somebody else's website traffic, for example, this is Ross Brannon, one of our financial advisors. He specifically, his target market is dentists. And he said, "Man, I talked to the American Dental Association, ADA.org, but if I want to pay for them to send an email to their list, it's like $10,000. I said, "I can get you their list for free. I can't get you their email list, but I can run ads in front of ADA.org. And only the dentists who are interested will click on your display ad." And he said, "Oh my God, that'd be amazing." So we built a list of 100 places that dentists go to serve his ads. So the way the technology works, you can pick up to 100 different websites you want to target if you're going by website. You don't have to do 100, you can do 10, you do 20, but you can go up to 100. The software only does 100, it does 100 max. So I'm gonna put you back in breakouts, we'll mix up the rooms, and you are gonna talk about where would your target market hang out online. So we've talked about over simple examples like weather.com, CNN, ESPN, Fox News. You know, if you wanted conservative folks, do they go to Fox News more? Do they go to Trump should get reelected.com? I'm making this up. Should they go to Trump should get reelected.com? Do they go to, I don't know, whatever. Do they go to the NRA? Think about not necessarily the websites being used just for what you do, although you do want competition because you can siphon off their traffic now. But where else do they go when they're not shopping for insurance, when they're not looking for pest control? If Scott's commercial and he's going to restaurants, where does that restaurant owner go? Is there a software company that supplies is there a POS system that they use? Is there a national insurance company that serves restaurants? Where do they go to order their supplies? Where do they go to get their marketing? If Courtney's looking for chiropractors, there's chiropractic trade journals online. There's associations. There's conferences. Heck, if you wanted conservative investors, you could go to a conference we used to put on. I used to be a marketer of an exhibitor with Kevin Harrington, which called Freedom Fest. And we put on the Pitch Tank live version of Shark Tank 3 times a year at the Paris Casino in front of 2,000 conservative folks. So any questions before I put you into breakout rooms? You have to unmute if you have a question. All right, give me a minute to assign you. Run out. All right.